what you have here is a starter. This is our electrical panel which starts motors. Electrical motors, right? 3 phase. As you can notice on the panel, you have a ampere meter, an analog, which can tell the amount of current, and you have the button to show start, right, to show the condition of the motor when it is in operation. When it is in operation and it's running, the red light will come on. It's the indicator light. When it is off, you see the green light showing that it is ready to run. Now the breaker would be up, the arm would be up at that moment to show that the power is on, and so the green light would be showing. If the breaker, that's the arm for the breaker, is down, then the green light will come off showing that it is de-energized. You also have hand start and stop, and you have a selector switch that you can put it in hand. When it is in the hand position, it will mean that you can stop and start it by either the local push button here, which is on the panel, or from a remote out in the field. The remote out in the field would have a similar setting like this, except the auto switch, the selector switch, it will just have a stop and start. When it is in the auto position, the selector switch will show that it can be started from a remote location by means of a signal, whether a digital signal or an analog signal, which would mean you would have to have a relay in the circuit which would now be able to stop start it from a remote location. Now, opening the panel, you will see the shell for the starter, right, or contactor, right, we use it interchangeably. You have the supply side. In here you will have the coil. You will have the contact point. See that I'm showing you. This is a contactor which has been pulled apart. You have the contact point. These are the contact points. And you call it the momentary part, which moves up, down to change the position of on or off, and it would be meshed with these stationary contacts which are here. When it meshes with them, meaning that when it is on, meaning that it will make contact, then the power now would flow from the top, come down to the contact, and will come out at the other end. This end here is called the load side, which now would be connected to the 3-phase motor. It would pass through an overload system, which this overload will open the circuit electronically if there is a high current more than the rating that it is set for. This would be a form of protection for the motor. And right here you have the fuse for the transformer. Transformer is a control transformer which steps down the voltage from at this type of starter uses 400 volts AC. So it will step down the AC 400 volts by means of the use of the transformer here. So the required control voltage, this one is a 110, and you have 3 fuses, one on the secondary, one on the primary, and then you have just the fuse there for the control circuit. This is just an idea of how this operates, and we're not leaving out the breaker, which is the first means of contact. The supply will come to the breaker. When the breaker is energized by means of this, right, energized, then the voltage now will flow from the load side of the breaker, come to the top of the contactor, and as I said earlier, when this contactor closes, then you'll find out how the voltage flows through, go back to the overload system, and then goes on the load side out to where the motor is. I'll give you more details as we go ahead, but this is just a quick idea of what the starter, the electrical starter consists of, and the arm. This is on the outside that you do not have to energize or de-energize the starter from by means of moving the panel. You can do it from outside. I'll let you know more as we go ahead. Right? And again, this is called an Allen Bradley starter, typical, right? We usually use the term bucket because this is what consists of the whole control circuit: starter, breaker, or should I say the contactor, the breaker, transformer, overload section. And this is like a current transformer that it can be used now to connect to the analog, right? That you can know what current is going through. Right? I did not tell you about these. These are called current transformers. These are connected to the same transmitter. So when it gets the magnetic field that goes around the cable here, it can now tell you the current that is going through each of the phase or the leads. I will tell you more as we go ahead, but for now, this is how the contactor looks when you pull it apart.